Hi everyone, it's Marla. Welcome back to Eclipse Astrology and Tarot. This is the weekly reading for June 18th, 2016. And we have two major astrological events happening this week. On Monday, we have the second full moon in Sagittarius for this year. And then we also have the sun on the same day moving into Cancer and marking the summer solstice. So this week is going to be some really powerful energy. Let's see what the cards have to say. And I'm using this week the deck Psychic Tarot of the Heart by Holland. And the first card is the overall energy, and it's simply love. So there's a few things coming up for me around this card. The first thing is Spirit wants us to tune in to find our inner joy this week, our positivity. Remember life through the eyes of a child and how everything was exciting and everything brought joy and every day felt like a brand new day. We're in a big window for manifestation, so we want to keep our thoughts positive and joyous. We're also doing major karmic overhaul this week. We've actually been clearing karma for a few weeks since Mars went retrograde, but really since Mars went into Scorpio, this has been pretty intense because Mars is down there in our psyche, shining the light and clearing the dust out of all the corners. So this week, going back to your childhood, thinking about your inner child and what kind of occurrences, what happened that made you the way you are today, and how is that affecting your relationships, as well as dealing with past life energy. Even if you don't particularly have past life memories, everything happens in a cycle. So usually the major things that we're dealing with in this lifetime, it's not the first time that this has come up. This would be something that's probably plagued you for many lifetimes. And, my readings are mostly geared towards light workers. So people that are here for the ascension, star seeds, twin flames, people that feel they're here with a mission. And part of the mission is raising the vibration of the planet. And in order to do that, we have to clear out and heal all this past life karma because it's blocking us from being free to be ourselves. So we're going to be dealing with that. And we need to keep an open heart as we do that. Which brings me to the second card, which is the hidden influence, and that is detach, and the number 11 card for those who follow numerology. And I feel the biggest thing with this card this week is needing to detach a little bit emotionally. The sun's moving into Cancer, like I said. Venus is already in Cancer. So we're more likely to be feeling emotional, as well as Mars is in Scorpio, retrograde, trine to Chiron and Pisces. So it is a very emotional time. But do your best to kind of detach from any painful situations. And see it as being able to release it. The whole universe is really just a cycle. And that's what we're going through right now. This card is the Justice card in the regular tarot. So think about the scales and balancing. This is what we're doing right now, trying to create a balance between the past and the future. I think I'm going to read all the cards, and then I'm going to talk about the astrology for this week. So the advice from Spirit, I have 2 cards this week. The first one is believe and succeed. So this is going with this window of manifestation that we're in. And it's important this week to have trust, to believe that you really can move forward. Okay, nothing is stopping you. This card is about you being victorious. And Sagittarius, the full moons in Sagittarius, it's about having faith. Trusting your intuition, trusting your beliefs. And Mercury's in Gemini, which is kind of like what you know. But I feel like this week you're going to discover that what you think you know is not the whole picture. It's like pulling aside a curtain. You think you know everything going on around you, and it's like suddenly a curtain is pulled aside this week, and you're like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. You get clarity and you realize that you really don't know anything. Things are going to be changing rapidly, I feel like. We've been working on building this dream, planning, and we're still in the planning stage. But Mars is going direct on the 29th of the month. And then I feel like things are really going to move forward and you're going to be ready. The second advice from Spirit card is joy and stability. So again, finding that inner happiness this week, being positive, being very aware of your thoughts, and being grateful for everything that you have in your life and everything that's coming in. This is really a week to celebrate, to welcome abundance into your life. We're setting up the foundation for the next stage of your future right now. So keep your thoughts positive and go with the flow of the energy. I'm looking at this boat and I'm just thinking, just ride the waves and know that you're going to get through it. And you're going to be so much better off afterward. So lots of aspects going on this week. We have, the full moon in Sagittarius, and then the sun's going to be moving into Cancer. That marks the solstice and the beginning of summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. So right after the full moon, the sun's going to be in Cancer, the moon's going to be in Capricorn. And the moon is going to be conjunct the asteroid Alma, which is retrograde, and opposing Venus and the asteroid Karma, who are conjunct in Cancer. So another big sign that we are clearing and releasing karma, especially around relationships. The moon represents our psyche, our subconscious. So the things that are buried in there. And Jupiter is going to be trining Pluto. And that also makes me feel the energy of uncovering things that are buried and healing them within our psyche. And these guys are making some other aspects, including a square to the asteroid Akashi, which represents the Akashic records. So lots of past life stuff with that. Then we have Mercury in Gemini, taking his turn in the cross. So Mercury opposing Saturn, excuse me, and then squaring Neptune, squaring Jupiter, and squaring the nodes. So Saturn is also square the nodes, and of course squaring Jupiter and Neptune. So really pay attention this week to what kind of fears come up for you. That's going to point you in the direction of what needs to be cleared. Remember, when things are square the nodes, it's kind of bridging for me the past to the future. And you're getting chances to redo things, to change things, to let things go so that you can move forward. We have Jupiter conjunct the North Node, which is bringing in loads of abundance. It's time for us to start getting rewarded, which brings me to these two cards. Believe and succeed, and joy and stability. Great things are coming into your life. On the other side, we have the South Node conjunct Neptune and Pisces. So this is bringing out things that are hidden. Pisces and Neptune rule things that are hidden. And this is going to be past life stuff. The South Node is past lives, and you're going to be getting clarity around things. We also have the Mars retrograde in Scorpio, trining Chiron. This is painful memories from past lives, and it's allowing you to release it. And Mars is also in conjunct Uranus and Ceres, so we might get some sudden insight. And there could be some feelings coming up around nurturing with Ceres, and maybe seeing that what you thought was nurturing to you really isn't. You might change your opinion of what you feel is nurturing. And Mars is also squaring the asteroids Abundance and Fortuna. So we need to release these blocks so that we can fully allow abundance to come into our life. The Sun is also squaring some goddesses, Juno and Isis and Black Moon Lilith. Actually, the Sun is trining them. So I feel like this is going to illuminate something about relationships for you. Current relationships, what you want from relationships, what do you really need to feel loved, to feel good? And this is going to go back to your childhood and your inner child. Truly to heal yourself, you need to connect with and nurture your inner child. And let them feel safe. And the sign of Cancer is all about security and what makes you feel safe. Cancer is also, it's our home and family, but it's also our soul family. And I feel like it's the home of our soul. It's the bottom of our chart. It's the most private house. And then opposite that is Capricorn, the 10th house. What is your legacy? So we're going to have the Sun in Cancer, the Moon in Capricorn, and you're going to be thinking a lot this week about what is your legacy? Are you proud of the life that you're living right now? And, is it what you want to move forward with? Or do you need to change some things? Are you ready to really implement this dream life that you've been thinking about? I think the answer is yes. And I think you're going to get some real clarity around that this week. So the goddess that's overseeing this full moon is Isis, past life. And her message is the situation involves your past life memories. It was funny today when I was drawing the cards. I was sitting outside on my patio and I was shuffling the cards. And this card not only fell out of the deck, but it literally flew out of the deck and the wind took it and it like blew to the other side of the patio. And then I saw a dragonfly, which is my totem animal, and then a hummingbird came by to visit me. So a lot of great signs around this card. And personally, I've been dealing with past life issues very intensely for the last several weeks. And, I'll share a little bit of that with you. So I've been having past life memories of a life where I was very much in love with someone and they were in love with me and we wanted to be together, only our families did not approve of us being together because he was from a very well-to-do family and I was not. So these kind of memories really, it's not so easy to connect them to your current life, but you will have fears stemming from these sort of things. And if we see the karmic cycle, I know of at least one or two lives after that, where I met the same person. And again, we wanted to be together, but we couldn't because our families didn't approve. The time after that, it was because I was from a well-to-do family and he was from a poor family. So again, our family didn't want us to be together. And this leads to all kinds of issues, basically around abandonment and fears about what other people think about you. There's all kinds of ways that these things are connected and how they're playing out in your life right now. So it's very interesting that this card in particular came up for me this week. And Isis's messages is, your roots upon this planet are strong and deep, and some of the roots have anchored you in past memories from faraway times. These roots have anchored you so deeply, in fact, that you're paralyzed when it comes to moving forward. I've called your attention to this condition so you may unearth and uproot past memories. Sometimes you bury these memories to shield yourself from psychic pain or embarrassment, so you won't remember those awkward moments when life tested you to the maximum. Reveal those lessons to yourself now, strong sorceress, and move forward with the confidence that you have sage wisdom behind you. Various meanings of this card are: get a past life regression to gain insight and answers. Ancient fears from past life are surfacing right now. You've known the person you're inquiring about in a past life. Your current situation relates to childhood issues. So you can see how this connects really well to the astrology and the cards that we've already gotten. And I mentioned before that Isis is conjunct Juno right now and trining the sun. And Isis is the goddess that oversees death and rebirth, so your reincarnation cycles. So you may want to call upon Isis, the Great Mother, to help you release this energy. And you may want to do a full moon ritual asking Isis or whatever god you're comfortable with, whatever deity, to help you release things from the past, be it a past life or something from your childhood. And then I thought for fun, since we had so much karmic stuff going on, that I would draw a past life oracle card for us. And the card that came up was karmic relationship. And the message of this card is, one or more people in your current life are from a previous lifetime. You both ended your relationships with karmic imbalances. This means that one or both of you are most likely harboring old feelings that need to be healed and released. When this occurs, you will be set free from reoccurring destructive and toxic relationship patterns. In some cases, this card will arise when there's a reunion with a beloved soul from a previous life. Perhaps you've finally reconnected with a romantic partner from your past, or a new relationship is bringing you great joy. With healthy past life connections, you'll immediately feel a sense of comfort and familiarity. You receive this card in answer to a question or concern that involves a karmic relationship. Fortunately, you can appeal to heaven for help in releasing any old stuck energies or emotions. You may also be guided to work with a specialist in past life regression and relationship healing. So if you are thinking about someone in particular, as I talked through this reading, these cards may relate to that person for you. So it's going to be a big week, but one I think we're going to be so much lighter after. And really things are going to start manifesting. With Jupiter on the North Node, lots of great things are going to be coming in now for us. So thank you so much. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit my website at eclipseastro.com. Follow me on Facebook at Eclipse Astrology and Tarot. And thanks everybody for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. I love you, and I will talk to you next week.